50, 60, and up. It all depends on how you're trying to get your results. So the short answer is no, it's not harder if you do it correctly. It has to be done in a manner where you don't create problems either, such as triggering intense food cravings, losing muscle, and slowing down your metabolism. It also has to be sustainable long term. And that's actually one of the biggest difficulties for many people. They can't figure out how to keep it off. And there are several reasons you're not getting long-term results, so I want you to stop blaming yourself, because there's more to weight loss than what you were told, and it's not about having more willpower. And don't worry either, because it's not complicated. As I show you how to achieve long-term results, I'm going to dispel the myths along the way. In fact, a lot of what I'll share with you goes against everything you were ever taught about weight loss. The good news is the information is based on clinical research, and it has been published in some of the top medical journals in the world. Let's get started. We've been told for decades that the only way to lose weight is to track calories. We've also been warned that we have to be prepared to feel uncomfortable in our weight loss journey and not give in to our food cravings. These are two of the most unreliable ways to lose weight and keep it off, especially when you're in your 40s, 50s, and up. There are studies that support this and do not recommend counting calories, especially long term. Here's one that was published by Harvard Medical School. This is what the doctor who conducted the study had to say. This idea of a calorie in and a calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong, says Dr. Fatima Stanford, an obesity specialist and professor of medicine and pediatrics at Harvard Medical. If you search obesity apocalypse, you'll find this study published by the Lancet Journal. Without immediate action, nearly 260 million people in the U.S. are predicted to be overweight or obese by 2050. And one last study for you. Medicare search for an effective obesity treatment. Diets are not the answer. Why am I sharing this with you? Because these are conducted by experts who study the effects of caloric deficit on the body, physically and emotionally. They agree that you can lose weight at first, but there's no evidence to suggest these work long term. If you also factor in that the number of people struggling with this is going up, then we need to take a closer look at why calorie counting is not working for most people. And it's not because there's a shortage of methods, it's because of the outcome. What happens when we cut calories? At first, it makes perfectly good sense. If I put weight on, I just need to eat less food. There's a little bit more to weight loss than simply eating less food. So what's the problem with tracking calories? Why isn't it working for most people? In order to answer this, I need to share a little bit of irony with you. Are you ready? Your body doesn't count calories. It has no idea what a calorie is. It's never been hungry for a calorie. That hungry feeling you get is a biological signal that tells you your body needs nutrition. And when you cut calories, your body senses less food coming in and therefore less nutrition. As a result, cravings become more intense, the body burns fat, but it also burns off muscle, vital lean muscle. We need our lean muscle not only to maintain our health, but to maintain a vibrant metabolism and a strong immune system. Losing this is very unhealthy. It slows down the metabolism, so it becomes harder to lose weight. And this is why so many people have success at first, but then they hit a plateau. And despite continued attempts, such as working out harder and longer, or restricting calories further, it becomes a lesson in frustration. Not only that, you're more likely to put the weight back on. This is known as weight cycling. Restrictive diet begins, weight loss occurs. Diet ends, return to normal eating behaviors. Weight regain occurs. Binge before starting a diet, restrictive diet begins again. If you've experienced this, let me say it again, it is not your fault. The person who's trying to lose weight is not the problem. The problem is the outcome of the weight loss method. And these are just some of the problems of counting calories. If calorie tracking is not all it's cracked up to be, what other options do we have? Fortunately, science creates solutions to solve problems, whether it's in nutrition or technology or the latest camping gear. I want to share a method that represents a big step forward in the way of nutrition science that does not involve tracking calories. It's not based on how much food you're eating or not eating, it's based on how much nutrition you're getting. The researchers who created this system studied diets for 40 years. They spent time observing lifestyle habits of people who were living to 100 years or longer, including those who live in the blue zones. In their research, they confirmed two consistent habits. Number one, people were eating foods that were low in calories but high in nutrition. Number two, they practiced intermittent fasting to remove toxins that are stored in the visceral fat cells. Those two habits became the foundation for this: the 30-day reset, a system that emphasizes high amounts of nutrition, eliminating toxins, and managing stress, all without counting a single calorie. It's not a diet. It's a detox that is supported with high quality nutrition. And it's also undergone human clinical trials. And those studies have been published in some of the top medical journals in the world, showing wonderful improvements to metabolic health markers. So, how does it work? It addresses three problems that contribute to weight gain: nutritional deficiency, toxicity in the body, and stress. First, to address nutritional deficiency, the 30-day provides high-quality nutrition to flood the body with nutrients, many of which are not abundant in our foods today. Second, we eliminate the burden of toxins stored in the visceral fat cells. This is done through intermittent nutritional fasting. Instead of starving the body like we see with traditional fasting, we consume a potent blend of herbs to help the liver remove these awful toxins. The cells shrink in size resulting from detoxification, so weight loss is achieved without sacrificing vital nutrients or slowing down the metabolism. And the third component was added to help manage our stress through consuming adaptogens. These are herbs that help us to return to homeostasis, a sense of feeling grounded. That's it. Three components to address three problems without tracking a single calorie. It's not based on how much food you eat or don't eat, it's based on how much nutrition you consume. Let's take a look at how simple this is to incorporate into your day-to-day. Here's how we produce this synergistic effect on the body by incorporating these three core components. The adaptogens are something that we're going to take every single day. The red X's indicate the days we simply replace two of our three meals with the nutritionally dense foods that come with the 30-day reset. The third meal will be something that you get from your grocery store that will be high in fiber, high in protein, and about 400 to 500 calories. And finally, the green X's are the days where we will do intermittent nutritional fasting. We're not starving ourselves. We will consume approximately 16 different herbs that help the liver remove these awful toxins from the fat cells. And we'll take them 4 times throughout the day. That's it. No tracking calories, none of the mental gymnastics of calorie counting. It's all about optimizing the body with high amounts of nutrition to improve overall performance. It's easy to incorporate, and it's great for people with busy schedules. If you have questions, please drop them in the comments below. You can also visit my channel and access an info hub where you can learn more about the system. There's also a link in the description. I offer no-cost consultations to help you decide if this is a good move for you. There's no risk for trying the system out. It has a 30-day refund policy. My goal is to help as many people as possible achieve optimal well-being that provides great long-term results. All you have to do is let me know how I can help you. Imagine where you'll be in 30 days.